All right, so it's Monday. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Now, before we jump into these updates, I got to admit when I was wrong. And as far as these Jordan 11 Space Jam lows, while you still got a few pairs here and there still available in stores, as far as men's sizes, these joints are just about sold out online. And I would say, given the rumored stock numbers, apparently there was about 80,000 pairs loaded up to the sneakers app. I would say that this release was moderately successful for Nike. So my original theory was that, you know, people could care less nowadays about the nostalgia tied behind certain releases, but I guess Nike Jordan brand has proved me wrong, where if you do a classic the right way, people will rock with it. And plus, given the huge lineup that we have coming up this week of releases, I thought maybe some people would be holding out for some of these pairs. So as far as coming up this week from Adidas, they got the latest Wales Bonner collection, which will include clothing as well as 6 new footwear items, including the Samba Millennium retailing at $250. So it will be interesting to see how tomorrow's release goes and how quickly these pairs sell. And then coming up Wednesday, we got a doubleheader hitting the sneakers app in the J Balvin Jordan 3 Rios, as well as those Futura Dunks. 2 releases which should sell out extremely fast, probably shut down the sneakers app. And then to finish off the week, we got a big one in the latest Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Elkins High Canary Yellow colorway. And as far as this release, Travis Scott did a really cool thing to promote this upcoming drop in gifting seniors at the graduating class of Elkins High, as well as some staff. Actually, a total of 661 pairs were gifted out. So I think that was a really cool move from Trav. And I would say probably a really smart way to take some of the heat off of his back, of course, with all of the backdooring allegations going against that dude right now. So that release should be huge. And interestingly enough, it's also interesting to note that surprisingly, it does look like a lot of these pairs have been hitting the secondary market early. Just on StockX, it looks like we see over 250 pairs being sold in just the last few days, and that's not even including the hundreds of pairs that were sold on Go. So kind of interesting that we're seeing a lot of these pairs moving early ahead of Saturday's release. I wonder who's selling all of these early pairs off. And then, of course, speaking about Travis Scott, it looks like we got 2 new colorways confirmed, which are supposed to be dropping in 2025. So we have more colorways of the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm a little tired of these. So apparently we got the Shy Pink colorway releasing, which should be available for men's sizes. And then you have a Dark Pony women's exclusive colorway. Also, just make note that these mock-up here are just mock-ups and just kind of like an interpretation of what these could potentially look like. So more Travis Scott Jordan 1 Lows on the way, and it looks like these releases are probably gonna have a similar story to like these Canary Yellows, where when we first saw the images, people weren't rocking with them. They were talking about how trash they were, and then once we get a little closer to the release, it seems like that whole story will turn around. So I expect none less for these upcoming releases, and as long as y'all still hype these up and keep buying them, Jordan brand is gonna continue to pump out more and more colorways of these. And for the 1% of viewers here that enjoy New Balance releases, we got a big Action Bronson collaboration on the way. Now, originally it was rumored that the blue 1906 Rs would be dropping sometime this month, but apparently it's gonna be this Rosewater colorway, which we learned about because simply Action Bronson posted the image to his IG stories, which reads, "Be ready." Plus, on top of that, we also got the email alert confirming that they're gonna be dropping sometime this month. So while the official release date isn't known just yet, I would imagine that we should see them dropping before the month's over with. So let me know if any of you guys watching rock with those. Well, actually, it doesn't matter anyways, because we know they're gonna sell out regardless. And from Adidas, we got some nice basketball pairs dropping. So we have the KB82, or formerly known as the KB82. Now Adidas is calling these the Crazy 98. So previously we saw the black away version drop, and it would be only right for them to drop this white home colorway. I feel like this is a cool design that was really ahead of its time when it originally dropped, and translates really nice here in 2024. And then we have the Crazy Infinity here, which is going to be dropping in this like white chalk colorway. Both of these pairs are currently scheduled to be dropping coming up here in June, and this is 2 examples of releases that were formerly made for Kobe, now that he's no longer with Adidas, are rebranded. So interesting to see if, given the whole YEEZY Adidas situation, if we're gonna see Adidas go down a similar route where they maybe drop YEEZY designs, but rebranded it with a different name or something like that. So speaking of Adidas YEEZY releases, previously we learned that Adidas did drop some important figures and numbers during their last quarterly financial meeting. They let us know that that as far as this year's releases, they plan to sell roughly 350 million euros worth of releases. In the first quarter, they already reported roughly 150 million euros worth of sales, which would leave them with about 200 million euros worth of releases planned for the rest of the year. So I would imagine we'll probably see at least one more big Yeezy drop, and then after that, it looks like things will be over. So what will Adidas do? What will they do moving forward after they drop Yeezy releases? I know one big thing that they will be banking on is Anthony Edwards. Right now, this dude is absolutely killing things. I've been trying to tell y'all how good the AE1s are since they originally dropped all the way back in December. And now that he's doing his thing, killing every team in the postseason, we are looking at a brother that could potentially be the new star, or I guess you could say the new face of the NBA. So while we're still waiting for the AE1 lows to release, it looks like we have discovered some new interesting details regarding the upcoming AE2. So salute to my man Nick over at Soul Retriever, who did a really cool write-up on the upcoming AE2, which includes some exclusive information about Adidas' upcoming release. So the first thing that we've learned is that the upcoming colorway will be called Impact Orange. So this will be the debut colorway of the AE2, which lines up perfectly with the debut AE1 colorway, which I believe they call With Love or For Love or something like that. So another orange type of colorway definitely makes sense. As far as the price point, we have learned here that it looks like Adidas will be increasing the price to now 130 bucks, as the AE1 originally came in at 120 bucks. But the big, huge find, while not a lot of information is known about the technology behind this release, apparently the AE2s will feature Boost technology, which I feel like is a game changer. Just the way people go crazy over Adidas Boost technology. So this is huge. The AE2s apparently will feature Boost. Now, while we have yet to see what they will actually look like, there is this rumored image that was floating around. This was actually posted by Sneaker News, but apparently, according to many sneaker insiders, this is a fake and actually not the AE2. But I ain't even gonna lie, y'all, I feel like just given this little image, while we can't really tell what's going on here, if this actually turns out to be the AE2, I actually like the direction that Adidas is going here. But apparently this image is fake, but I just wanted to just throw this in here just for you guys, just to kind of see what y'all think about it or whatever. So AE2 has a tentative scheduled release date here for December of 2024, and I think Adidas is looking to bank on this release, especially given now how the Minnesota Timberwolves are projected to potentially even win the NBA Finals, and we could see Anthony Edwards now as the new face of the NBA. So I think they're seeing dollar signs right there. But in my opinion, I feel like if the AE2 doesn't look as good as the AE1, regardless of how good Anthony Edwards is doing in the league and everything like that, they're not going to be a success unless they look good like that. So we'll see how the AE2 goes. I want to say that a lot of these AE1 colorways were a little more limited. So I think for the AE2, in order for it to be a big success, you know, bring in some revenue for Adidas, they got to release more pairs. So we'll see how that whole release goes. But so far, I'm liking what I'm hearing from the AE2. So drop your opinions down below, guys. And if you enjoyed today's video, please help support the channel by dropping a thumbs up. So before we bounce, guys, let me know which release dropping this week you guys are most excited about, or do you just feel like they're all overhyped and are just passing up on everything dropping? So I'm JA. Make sure you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Love.